There's Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty.
What?
Well, what's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the WOOKIE, joined here by the normal cast of misfits. We have a Kitty. Oh, now Kitty's gone. Well, now we lost Dr. Sheep, but we got Big Z. Just losing everybody. We got the Ewokiest of Ewoks, Ewok Jr.
Hello, Keyforge community. Glad to be here.
The Choke Show himself, Drazcor.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And our resident PhD, Dr. Sheep.
Meow.
So we're gonna start out with our titular segment, OP News. Sheep.
Ahoy.
Oh, I'm sorry, ahoy.
Ahoy.
We're missing Southerly today, but we're starting out with our titular segment, OP News. Sheep, what's going on in OP?
Okay, so OP News soon has turned into OP News later.
Later when?
Same as soon.
Oh, got it. I'm on board.
So there are quite a bit of rumors going around on what the Store Championship kit contains, which is now 6 special treatment decks, 3 sets of premium keys, and 24 haunted indicators. And that's to support 3 8-player tournaments, so 2 decks, a set of keys, and a chain. Haunted tracker, chain tracker. It's the same thing, man. So your haunted tracker, maybe they took all the old chain trackers and they just stamped haunted on them.
They got a hot branding iron and just melt.
No,
It's a sticker.
It's just a sticker?
A vinyl sticker, and it comes in the pack, and you put it right on there.
I mean, Jeremy's not busy. He could just put stickers on all these thousands of trackers, right?
Couldn't even get
Wait,
one of
is
those
that on our list?
answers.
Like, when's the last time I got OP news? Like,
We do have a running tally. We can go back and check. That's
what is the date? Like these guys work 40-hour weeks. Like, what do we think their actual
32
product is?
32 and a
Monday
half
through Friday.
32
There's
and a
like
half.
5 people in a very small company. So
Wait a minute, hold on.
Somebody's got to plunge the toilet, right?
Didn't you at one time give us like the basic
the
8-hour workday, the corporate
But that's
8-hour
like
workday?
corporate position, like where there's 30 of y'all, you're sitting in cubes, no one really knows what you're doing. Like, I'm in an office, like Hurley's got to be around the corner, like Luke's doing whatever he's doing in the box of coding land.
Software.
Like, what do you think Jeremy and Josh do for 8 hours in a single day? Because it's like,
You got to put the haunted stickers on the.
I was gonna say,
trackers.
they're doing haunted stickers.
No
did we just talk
comment.
about what we do is good gesture?
There's
Like
lots to do. It's a small company, very small.
what, Draz?
Well, somebody has to take the decks from the pile of decks and put them in
That's
boxes.
not them. That's Artiforge people.
No,
So,
they
Z,
definitely were doing that.
We know that they're doing a lot of behind the scenes work. We're sure that just like your job and mine, we don't always see everything that's going into it. So I will defend Josh, and I'll be stoned for it. But there you go.
But what's like? You still didn't
Jeremy's
give me
reading
one single
things for
example.
Game Center.
Like, y'all can't even think of things to make up for them to do.
So we know
Coffee. Coffee's important.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Hurley does like coffee. They may each have to take a turn getting Hurley coffee.
I could definitely see Jeremy getting CTP coffee all day. Like, okay, Jeremy's job's accounted for.
And
I mean,
Janet brings all the paperwork around 3 times and makes sure they actually do it right. Because these guys are handing in stuff and they're missing signatures and Janet's coming back around. She's like, do it right.
Where's your TPS? Where's your TPS reports?
Exactly.
Because in my mind, Janet smokes a pack of Marlboro Reds a day. I don't know why, but she just does.
Guys, you want to hear it's too ridiculous to be made up office story? So they just rolled out this new process in my workplace, and this new process is the product operating system, which they abbreviate everywhere as POS. I'm like, what? You're telling us we have to do the POS process now?
Yeah,
Like, what
POS
is this?
has been standard software name forever.
Oh,
if you
well,
work
point
in
of
retail.
sale. But
I would say point of sale.
Point of sale. Yeah.
but this is.
But they also all of those POS systems that acronym doubles for sure.
Yes.
Yes, because
Somebody was like, "This is a
every
good idea."
point of sale system I've ever worked it with is a POS.
Yes, agreed.
They're all.
My store
bad.
just switched to Shopify's version, but not the super premium paid Shopify, and it's extra POS-y. But it interfaces with all of your digital sales platforms, so it does that.
In other news, I guess is this Artiforge or is this Ghost Galaxy? Dream Trace has been announced on February 7th. Dream Trace was announced, which is, it says Ghost Galaxies, but wouldn't it be Strange Stars? Aren't they?
It's
the
a Strange
parent
Stars company, I think.
It's a Strange Stars company. Okay. So Dream Trace is the new token maker for Ghost Galaxy? Am I getting this right?
Those generic
it's a generic token.
But you have okay, so you have to take the dream here, sheep, and you've got to like mold it, right? And
if they can stamp Chain Tracker's Haunted, they can get a little stamp.
Yeah.
And stamp Space Dollar on the gold ones for me.
Yes, see? You mold the dream.
Or do you have to like get a hot thing and brand each one?
Wait, why? When I Googled Dream Trace, it comes up in Roseville, Minnesota. Google says permanently closed.
Because it hasn't opened yet.
No, because it was a name for something they were going to do previously. If you start looking at Dream Trace, it was founded in like 2020 to do something else.
Oh, Christian T. Peterson announcing Dream Trace 2 years ago.
Well, here's the link that they just. Oh, never mind. Sheep beat me. I'm hitting enter anyways, so that mine's on the bottom.
Dream Trace is a location-based VR company selling two distinct products: VR services
this is what
and
they're
VR
doing.
Arena.
Dream Trace game tokens. Ghost Galaxy is proud to announce its new Dream Trace imprint, which will cover an array of gaming supplies, accessories, and play enhancement products. So I'm guessing that could be sleeves, that could be deck boxes, that could be all sorts of stuff.
I think you're talking more probably tokeny stuff.
I am probably pie in the sky right now, but you know,
I just can't see another company bothering to compete with how many sleeve suppliers are already out there. Like, that's not a lucrative market.
Okay, so you can pre-order on Miniature Market right now. Dream Trace game tokens.
Yeah.
So there's Sorceress Purple right here, which just looks like a purple disc.
Because they
have Chimera Blue, Dragon Scale Ember, Poppy Milk White, and
Ichor Green.
I
kind of want Ichor Green.
My question is, did they actually get an extruder where they're extruding these themselves, or when one of them was out of country not too long ago, were they over in China and somebody's like, hey, we got these boxes and there's 1 million of each of these colors and we don't know what to do with them, and we'll sell them to you for like shipping. And they're like, oh, great. So they got like 1 million each color, and they got Josh sitting there at a desk counting out 20 tokens, 40 tokens per box, which they might be able to print the boxes. So they're printing the boxes, and then they got Josh Jeremy counting 40 tokens into a box.
And then you sell them for $9.99.
And then you sell them for $9.99.
Absolutely.
That's pretty good.
The wild conjecture is here, man. We are highly focused today. I love it, boys.
At least we've accounted for Josh's time.
Yes. And then Janet, she's checking them, and she's like, this one's underweight, and she makes him redo it.
Send them back.
Josh, I think you got too many in this one. I'm gonna need you to open it up and redo it. You haven't.
It's like that guy gets fired for giving you the extra chicken nugget. You know?
Right. You haven't
You think
filled
she
out
gets
your
to
paperwork.
hit them with a ruler or something when they mess
Ooh,
up?
Probably.
maybe.
Probably.
It's like one of those old school wood ones too.
No, it's like an AOA deck. They just whack you with.
They just throw
deck.
AOA decks when somebody screws up.
They have excess DT decks for throwing.
Oh,
there you go.
Got it. That makes more sense. So every time somebody screws up, somebody just gets whacked with a DT deck.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. That's a good
It's
use.
the best use of them.
I say it's a good use for them. So, I'm
Okay,
not
so now that
complaining.
we've been inane, do we have anything real to talk about?
Yes. Well, not like real
Okay.
news, but we have our series we've been doing. Last week we went over Equidon. The week before that we went over to Brobnar.
Oh, we got news before that.
Yeah, we got pre-release this upcoming week. By the time this drops,
But
next
we
weekend,
knew
basically.
that already. I mean, it's coming. Go do
Yep.
pre-release.
So find your
Definitely.
local store that's got this and play.
The
How
one
do
store that
you
got their
find that
pre-release.
local store?
You
Nobody knows.
You go
Well,
to
that's true.
you go to the Master
Same way that you
Vault.
find us.
You go
So
to
I
the
will
Master
say-
Vault and you go
Yeah.
into their
Drive
game store
to
locator.
Houston, Texas on Sunday.
or
Order
Philly.
TT deck, inhale the smoke, and let it lead you.
I did. So Barlow, one of my local dudes, he has made this whole graphic that's really cool, saying in the Philadelphia tri-state area, here's all the pre-release dates, here's all the store championship dates, and here's the regular, the dates, the regular night dates. And it's
Wait,
pretty
who-
sweet.
Wait, who did this? The marketing department? for
No.
PG?
Yeah, just like our local guy.
The
Man.
fans, i.e.,
Yeah.
the marketing department.
Yeah, I should chat this to Jeremy. I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
you
just be
should
like,
really pay
dude,
someone
like
to
you should do this.
Do stuff like that. Like that would be good.
Here, I'll paste it in our chat right here. Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, that's
that's
actually
nice.
really, really nice. Like
Right?
if that had been done for the country or somehow, some way, like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But as we talked about a little bit, our AC, our Archon's Corner decks have shown up. Some of us got them. But in addition to that, I made Wookie do work.
Oh, nice.
It took him 2 weeks to deliver on the work I asked to do, but he did finally do work. We figured out who our biggest long-term Patreons are, who have given us the most money.
The most
to
space
be quiet.
dollars. Give us your
Yep.
space dollars.
So we have chosen from them top few, and we have sent out Archon's Corners decks to some of our Patreons. So we know who they are. You guys don't know who they are.
With our wonderful logo and the beautiful white field.
Grayish. It's a grayish field.
It's a grayish field. Yeah, it's
Hey, Sheep,
great.
if I want to get one of these, how can I do that?
$49.99.
Ooh.
Payable to Dr. Sheep.
Okay. Like,
Or you can be part of our Patreon.
you might start getting a lot of
friend.
$49.99s from our listeners out there.
I don't actually have that many left, so you can't do that.
Oh,
Can't do it. But you could become a patron, and the next time we decide to give out stuff, which is often, we do give out stuff from actually pretty often, but
Do we?
often enough. I mean, hey,
Okay.
listen, you get early access to all the special events / tournament type deals we run, right? You get ad-free episodes, so you don't have to listen to the crummy ad for your local strip club that nobody goes to because of the roaches, right? You know, and there is going to be a thing here shortly that is going to be popping up on YouTube that, you know, you're going to get early access to. So you're going to get early access to those videos. I mean, the list goes on. And not only mention that, you do get some alpha scores from drawbetter.cards and more deck uploads to get your alpha scores so you know what your decks, you know, scorings are. Just saying, lots of benefits to the Archons Corner Patreon. You can go to archonscorner.com, or I'm sorry, Archons Corner. Go to patreon.com/Archons Corner. You can join today for as little as $1. You can join today. We plugged it,
Wait.
guys. We actually did a plug.
Look at
It's
us.
only been like
Good
5
job.
years, but we actually did a plug.
One
Yeah,
day
open
we'll get that pledge tier that allows you to like block out specific cast members
Oh, that's great.
while
Man.
you listen.
You know what? If the technology only existed, it would already be done.
And then it turns out that when you listen to the cast, all it says, all you just hear is ahoy. It's just suddenly else that you want to hear.
It's a 2-hour episode, and it's 15 minutes in, and all you hear is ahoy. And then that's it. That's the end of the episode.
I know I posted somewhere that for $100 you could write the script for one cast member for a show.
Yes.
Nobody took me up on it.
Nope,
but
nobody's taking you up on it yet.
I said I would sell one of our opinions for $100 for one show.
Yeah.
That's a hefty margin.
Yeah. I mean, it's still available.
This much influence costs something.
Yeah. It's true. But, all right, we have anything else before we get into Geistoid?
Let's
I'm
go.
Roids.
I like the roids.
Right.
I'm a big fan of them. And they're cool. So,
Very, very cool.
very,
That's
very
sweet.
cool. The art is probably the best art we've seen thus far. Yes, there are art on these
Ooh.
cards, Z.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, it's
uh,
good,
Good house.
but that's okay. So you
Yeah.
like that style? You like this Geistoid style?
I like this kind of like. I wish it was less cartoony, but I do like the whole like kind of grim dark style. I like the flavor of the house, right? Kind of the the whole Grim Reaper, very mysterious, right?
like
kinda
animated junk, right? Like, it's
Danger
kind of-
looming, kind of like that whole
Yeah.
thing. But let's start with a strong
Aren't
feeling.
these just Jawas?
No,
Oh,
No.
some of them. Yeah,
I mean,
some of
like,
them
Change the hoodie to
a
brown.
little bit.
And all these
Wow.
things are Jawas, man.
I guess
Well,
I
Jawa's eyes are red.
I guess I also know Jawa's eyes are yellow.
Well, orange, maybe.
But I would need to see one of these next to a normal creature to determine whether it's Jawa sized or not. My
Yeah,
assumption
what?
is they're not.
What is a Jawa?
Oh my god,
Oh,
have you
gosh.
never seen
Kick
Star
him off.
Wars
Kick him
ever?
off. He's done.
Exiled.
Exiled. Unforgivable sin.
Hope you have an ancient guardian.
I still don't
Star
know
Wars,
Jawa.
The Mandalorian, Kenobi, no?
Oh, we did see the Mandalorian.
Yeah, there's Jawas in there. Quite a number
What
of them, if I
is
remember.
it?
They're little sand people.
The dudes that look like just like these cards.
Yeah,
Except
there you go. Somebody just
brown
put a
and
GIF in there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I've never seen Jawas with red eyes. They're normally
red
like
eyes
yellow
there.
or orange.
No, it's
But
not
I'm
yellow.
totally down with this. Also, kind of looks like the wizard from the early Final Fantasies.
I see that.
I agree with as well because it does.
Like especially the BR Geist card. Like
Yeah.
that is that picture.
But let's get into the
eyes
cards.
Really have that look.
So we don't have another 2-hour episode, and Ryan's exhausted in the morning.
I mean, Help
Oh,
for Future Self
I mean,
just had like a
by
2-hour
definition,
episode,
this
so
is-
that means we have to go 4 hours, right?
Oh
This
my
is going to be
Yeah,
the longest
welcome,
one, guys.
June.
All these cards are new.
Yep, they are.
That's true.
So a strong
rock and roll.
feeling. Ready each friendly creature with Ember on it. Move 1 Ember from each friendly creature to the common supply.
Rare.
It is a
Rare,
rare.
yeah.
It is dual-sided.
So I think this is
Oh no,
in
it's
certain
not.
decks.
I lied.
be very
It's
good.
not dual-sided.
No, it says friendly.
No,
It says friendly.
No.
My bad. I just read the card. Tells me what the card does.
But
yeah,
even
certain decks
that,
very good, but often less good. Go ahead, Ewok.
no, I there's 2 different components here. Ready each friendly creature, so you're getting that, and then move
With
1.
amber on it.
Yes, but that's what Geistoid is doing as a
There's
whole.
a fair
that we're
bit of
gonna see.
capture in
And
here.
so
That
I think it's a very, very nice rare.
Yeah, this seems solid.
I like the
it's
rare, yeah.
Amber burn. You're burning the amber
Mhm.
that they want to get back, and
you get to do
might
some
get
actions
ready.
with it.
Like this card is strong. I got a strong feeling about this card.
I got a strong feeling it's
You-
3.
I'll go
No
4
way.
on this.
No way.
I'll go
Five.
4.
This is a 5.
I mean, there's a lot of decks where it doesn't do much, but the decks where it does a lot, it's gonna be real
This
good.
is this is almost chase quality.
You think?
See?
This is good.
I do have this as a chase card. There are some Geistoid pods that come in light on capture, but most of them come in really strong for capture. And the fact that you're crushing a ton of amber while readying a lot of these guys have really good reap abilities. Like this is a I can win games because of this card, so I put it at a 6.
Ooh.
Yes, it's going to be underwhelming in a lot of decks, but there are going to be decks that like land the combo after their Winds of Death turn and are like GG.
Let's get to an actual underwhelming card.
Ancestral Timekeeper, 6 power, 3 armor, Spectre, clock.
Oh, God.
At the end of your turn, you're going to notice a theme with the clocks. At the end of your turn, put a time counter on each friendly clock creature. If there are 12 or more time counters on Ancestral Timekeeper, purge Ancestral Timekeeper. If you do, take another turn after this one. I feel like that should read, if you do, win the game. Forge 3 keys.
I mean,
what it takes to do that?
it's very unlikely to trigger.
12 time counters. Do any of the other clocks give time counters? It should have at least been
a key cheat. I agree. Like,
yeah,
it should have, like, if you do, forge a key.
12, though? With all the splash damage, all the stuff, all that, this, that, everything else, like, it literally should have just said win the game.
No, they do not need to put in a win the game card.
Yeah, don't do that.
Why? Because this thing's never going to trigger.
That is not true.
It's never going to trigger.
Going to trigger. Anyways,
it's gonna trigger. You're gonna end up playing someone that sucks at the game, and it'll trigger against them.
12 time counters. 12.
There is, yes, but you haven't looked at the rest of the cards that put more time counters on this.
I know there's other things, but like, I don't know. Okay.
Well, like I said, I agree. This is underwhelming, but this is a stupid chase card that people are already asking for clock decks. People want clock decks because it's the new jank combo. Maybe there will be.
If I'm showing up to that event, please bring these kinds of decks to play against me.
Yes, please bring.
All right.
So I think it's a fun component for the set. As you said, a lot of people are searching for it. I don't think it's competitive, but I think that it can be entertaining.
They got another spot on Help for Future Self. They like fun cards over there.
Yeah. So I mean that's all that you're looking at. It's not game winning in my opinion. No.
I appreciate fun cards. Come on.
So I'm gonna guess this is like
this timekeeper.
Well, this what's
not as much as some of the other fun cards.
This thing probably still gets a 3 in the Z score because number one, it's a creature that probably is gonna reap and it can kill Briazark.
He might even be a 4 just because a 6/3 is a significant fathead.
Not a 4,
but that I guess I'm at 3.
2.
I would say 2, but remember, it kills Briazark, so it's bare minimum.
I forgot about kill Briazark. Forgot about that.
That's one of the check boxes.
Yeah.
And is it going to get the opportunity to read? That's another checkbox. So that's a
he
bare minimum
also, if you look at the picture, he is shaking his clock booty. So that's
but he also brings in other clocks.
Yeah, it's a linked rarity, bringing it down. That's where I was going with you.
Yeah, linked rarity.
So do we minus it 1 because it brings another clock?
0?
Is it a 2?
2. It's a fun card. People will be looking for.
We got people in the
decks,
chat. 2. Z.
All right, so like Z score is 2 different systems. Like one is there to like rate things for their house value and their set value, and then the other is the Z score, the deck draw better cards. So, like, what the actual impact of the card does. So, like, if it hits your deck. If Timekeeper is in your deck, that means you've already drawn it. It's already there. Its value is a 3. Its impact as far as the set score goes, because it is one of the worst linked cards in history, is a 0. So... because if you get 1, that means you at least have 5 of these pieces of crap in that pod, which means a third of your deck sucks. So even though that they would all like cumulatively not be 0, together their net value on like the house, as far as like the weights go, is 0.
So this card is a
I said it. It's a 3 if it's in your deck and draw better cards.
okay.
Its impact as far as the valuation of the Geistoid house is a 0. If I could have been willing to make it negative, I would have made it negative, but I did not do that.
So
I don't
it's
know if anybody, including your fellow podcasters, know what you're talking
Yeah,
about
we
when you
don't-
say the score impact to the house
So-
when it's 3 for as a card in a deck.
Like, all of these scores were designed to be able to compare the value of a house across sets. Like, that was the entire origination.
Oh,
of
the
all
big
better
old
cards that
spreadsheet.
come. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
To see like which house is better than which house from set to set, all things equal, right? So like, this is a horrible card algorithmically, so it hurts the value of the Geistoid house in generating good decks. If it actually hits your deck, it is not nearly as horrible as like on a deck quantifiable basis. Most likely that pod overall is still going to suck though.
Got it. So after all the confusion, let's move on to Animating Force. It is an upgrade. This upgrade enters play attached to an artifact instead of a creature. Play, take control of this artifact and put it on a flank of your battle line. As a creature with 4 power and versatile. Scrap, gain 1 ember.
So I got to go immediately over to Sheep. Sheep, what happens when we put an upgrade on an artifact? Because he has been all over this one.
So current rules, upgrades fall off of artifacts. They just go to the discard.
True story.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because that's what the rule says.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does it literally just say artifacts, upgrades fall off artifacts?
Yeah. Yep.
Something to that extent.
So this card says
doesn't this
this,
golden
like, do
doesn't
nothing?
This
Is that what you're
golden
saying?
rule though?
Well, no, you would still get control of it. Like,
You get control of it.
happens, and then it just goes like the actual action goes to your discard pile.
Yep.
And so does the upgrade? Or I'm sorry,
No.
the upgrade goes to your discard
Artifact
pile and the
still-
artifact too? Or does it
No, the
return to
artifact
its owner?
stays wherever it goes.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
going to
just
take
haven't-
control of the artifact, but it's on your side. But the actual upgrade goes away.
So then what happens to the artifact when it doesn't have any power or toughness in my battle line?
What happens to the artifact when it does take control of it, put it on the flank of your you know what?
Because once it loses the
this
upgrade,
is a card that needs an immediate FAQ. Is what
Yeah,
it
I mean,
needs.
clearly,
this
the intention
doesn't work with the rules.
my assumption is this would
the intention of what they're trying to do is clear, right? They're trying to say you get that artifact, you put it on your battle line with this as an upgrade, and it's 4 power and versatile, right? That's what they're trying to say.
Yes.
But
It's just not how the rules are written.
fair, I guess. So, yeah, it
Wouldn't
doesn't need
this golden rule, or are we not?
Yes, maybe, but golden rule is already a thing that doesn't have good meaning, right? To say something golden rules is just weird. Like golden rules, like you can ignore everything, but ignoring rules as written is
it
bad.
just says if a card tells you to do something.
Yeah, but
that's
there's
not in
already
the
cards
rules.
that there are but it's the whole upgrades attached to animated creatures, but then they fall off when they become artifacts. That's what it says. Like, there's nothing that says you can't end up attaching them. It says upgrades fall off of artifacts. So you can attach it. The golden rule says attach it.
Then do I just have a artifact in my battle line?
And it's a creature in this case.
But
the
it's
creature
not,
4
but once it
power
loses
has
the-
versatile.
But once it loses
Which I
the
think
up-
is
but
cool,
once it
right?
loses
Because
the up-
now it has versatile. So if that artifact has some sort of use ability in action, right?
This
you can
isn't the
do
one
it.
that I have a problem with, Sheep. I think this just stays on.
Yeah,
It's a creature. I think you're thinking of Poltergeistoids.
Oh, you are right, because it becomes a creature, but when it
Yeah.
goes back, Sorry, yes, I'm thinking of Poltergeists, but I'm also trying to play my ABR game now too.
Oh my
Also,
God.
Oh gosh!
but if-
So wait, did you just make us think
Right.
about this card and it's actually
Yeah,
fine?
he's
Yes,
just
he did.
completely
And then
Ay,
this-
ay,
Enters
Listen,
the play
if sheep-
making a great
Well,
pace.
ay.
So this is the thing, though. It attaches to the artifact and then makes it a creature. There is
Yeah.
a non-existent timing window in this game, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so there it might be problematic.
It's a little weird, but it's not our main issue.
Yeah,
So we can
I
move on.
like this because it's either a steal or
not a
often a destroy, because you could, if you're like, I just want this jar off the board, you could immediately fight with it and often and kill it. So this is pretty cool. And if they don't have any artifacts, you could still scrap it for 1 ember.
I was gonna say, or if all this is too confusing for you, discard it for an ember because it does scrap for gain 1 ember.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Let's move to I'll Be a Stray. If you're haunted, I'll Be a Stray enters play ready. After reap, capture round. It's a 6 power specter creature vehicle.
And it's a common.
Did we say a
It
score,
is.
by the way, for animating force?
Oh,
No.
we didn't. I'm don't even know what
4.
to do with this. 3.
4. At least 4.
Z.
Dude, card's a 6.
It's a 6.
Oh, enemy force is 6.
You take
Is artifact-
away an enemy artifact from
Yeah.
play, turn it into a creature, which means it can kill stupid
Yeah.
things like Jar, Heart of the Forest, and it has a scrap effect of gain 1.
Weird
This
story.
Is
It
the
actually
only
there's
card in the
that.
game that has a scrap effect where you gain an amber.
Did you see
It
that
is
little
pretty
line of
good.
text on there? It says cannot be attached to
All right, I'll
Heart
go
of the
5.
Forest.
I'll go 5.
He said it was a 6 already. What do you mean you're going 5? You already just said it was a 6.
Well, he's
Fine.
changing his number now.
Oh, now
I'm
you're
def-
changing
yeah.
the number now that you know the number. Got it. Makes sense.
Exactly.
right.
But yeah, I'll be a
Stray,
stray.
we went through
Every
it.
day of the week. 6.
After reap, capture 1.
Vroom.
4.
It's a big body.
It's a big. It kills
Can
Brio.
capture.
It captures.
Yeah.
Often
ready.
entering play ready. Good.
If you're haunted, yeah.
So it's at least a
5?
3.
I want to give it
I'll
a
give
5.
3.
It's a 4.
I want to give it a 5 because I like it.
4.
He's very confident. It is a 4.
There's a
Yeah.
4. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Be Our Geist. Action card. Get a pip of Ember every time you play it. Choose a creature in any haunted player's discard pile. Play that creature as if it were in your hand.
And this is common again.
Heck yeah.
I love this
That's
card.
so
It's so good.
6. This is like
This isn't a 6, but it's a
so good.
4 or 5 area card.
I'm giving it a 5.
Or
I
wait, where
love-
are we at? We already on Be Your Geist?
Yeah, we're at
Yep.
Be Our Geist.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, that's probably a 6 chasey card. That thing's
Yeah.
Not a
I mean,
6,
you
though.
could have, like,
It's a 6.
You could have 3 of these in your deck and just like play all the best creatures from yours and your opponent's discard piles. Like,
I have 2 in my name deck, and it is super fun.
mhm.
It's a little sad again if you're not haunted either player, but overall, the huge upswing. Amber Pip, you're going ahead and being able to
I
play
so
a
can't wait to
creature. No, this
steal
is
an
amazing.
Infernus with one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm just
There you go.
licking my chops to be able to do
Because
that.
it says play that creature.
Yep.
Yep, it does.
It's not enter play. I play that creature.
I got it at a 6.
I could see it totally being a 6. But
I
I'm,
currently have it at a 5.
I don't say I'm going. I originally said 5, but if you
Yeah,
said 6,
yeah,
I would
thought
not
you'd
be
already said
surprised.
5.
Is it just because of the haunted aspect?
I just don't have it at like chase level. Like I don't think
Okay.
you're entirely.
So your
in
6 is
games
your
because
chase
of this.
level, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff like that, like stuff that is going to in and of itself sometimes just win the game. And I don't think it's quite there. It's pretty damn close. Like it is definitely a 5. If
No, I can see that.
I start seeing decks that just run out 3 or 4 of these things and it's just brutally over, like that might change. But
Well, Ewok's deck has 2, and it gets irritating.
It is real good.
Gets
I
real
used
irritating.
it last Sunday to help prevent my opponent from being haunted. It
Oh,
was
so pulling it off,
interesting.
yeah.
like I was moving them from haunted to not haunted with it. That was pretty cool.
All right, let's go on to Boiler. 2 power, 4 armor, Spectre robot. Weird story. There's a certain Star Alliance card that gets back robots. These are a lot of these guys are robots. Destroyed.
Yep.
Deals 6 damage to an enemy flank creature. Scrap
To each
enemy flank creature. Thank you. And then scrap deal 1 damage to each enemy creature.
Yep. So 1 across the board or 6 to the flank.
Funny thing is, that's actually a whistling dart. Like it does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whistling darts is its scrap effect.
But I think whistling
without the
darts at
ember.
least had an ember.
Yeah.
I mean,
Destroyed it can be a little tricky to trigger with 4 armor when you want to.
It doesn't kill Bryo. It seems mid.
Well, I guess unless Bryo is a flank creature.
Bryo's always a flank creature.
Right. So I guess it does kill Bryo.
But
It's a 17.
Okay, so I guess I play an action card, which would, because of Bryo says, what does Bryo say? It has to instead
kills their leftmost creature,
leftmost flank creature. So if you play him keep him on the left, play an action card, kill him to kill Bryo. That's a 2 for 1. That still feels bad.
That doesn't work. That's your side wrong. Yeah. It kills your opponent's left, not your own.
If I played action card, doesn't it kill
it would play their left.
Their.
Kill theirs.
This is a 3. This is solid.
I think it's a 3 because that 2/4 with the 4 armor, it should stick around to be able to get a couple of reaps. So
I want to give it a 2. I'm not overly excited to see him. Seems fine, but
it's fine. It's not amazing, but it's solid.
He's higher than a 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going 3 as well?
Sure.
All right, Z, what do we got?
Yeah, I have it right out of 3. I mean, I think the scrap effect is good with discard pips, and if you land them, you're probably either killing something. Well, I mean, you're killing something if you land them. Most likely, you'll get a reap.
All right. Let's move into Boo. Pip of Ember. Every time you play it, it's an action play. Discard the top 10 cards of a player's deck.
Which
common.
Yeah, common. I mean, this one
auto haunted.
Yeah, auto haunt. Like, I did not really know what to think of this card coming into the set. It's like, is that good? Is that not good? Like, but it has proven to me, at least, to be pretty darn good in good decks that want to be haunted and do haunted stuff. And occasionally even
most
emptying
decks
your opponent's draw deck.
Well, and here's a weird thing. Boo also combos with a certain combos with Ecto Charge, but it also combos nicely with rejuvenating showers?
All sorts of stuff that interact with your discard
with your
pile.
graveyard. So
it's invigorating shower.
Invigorating shower. Thank you. It combos with a lot of cards in set.
I've gotten a lot of use out of this common card. Boo, especially early on, loves to be able to move Geistoid to its sweet spot. There is a nice play where you're playing Boo actually, because it does not specify. It says discard the top cards of a player's deck. You can actually choose your opponent to unhaunt them if you're playing in sets, or potentially go ahead and just discard cards to gain card knowledge from a set if you're going to interact with that.
Or maybe you want to be our Geist them.
But I'm saying, like, there has been some benefits of not just playing it on yourself, and it does have some flexibility there. It's a nice card overall. It's a little bit sadder to see later on. That's just where I've personally seen it.
4.
3. Cheap.
Whatever.
Okay. Seems fair.
Yeah, I'm at that 3-4 range. I could be talked into either. I think that it's a little bit above your average card, but it has some drawbacks. So probably a 4.
All right, what do we got, Z?
So this one I think has had the most movement on Geistoids. Originally I had it at a 2. And then I played some games, and then I moved to a 3, and then I saw just how frequently Ecto Charge was being printed at that like that common ISO 1, like autoencoder was common and ISO 1. But again, this is just sample size, and most likely I'm being subject to the sample bias here. But I feel like Ectocharge is in like every damn Geistoid deck.
I finally
all of
pulled an
them.
Ectocharge deck, everybody. I just
yeah,
want to say.
you,
Even
yeah,
the Wookiee
you
has
did.
one now.
I now have
So-
one. We'll get into that story once we get to Ectocharge.
With the frequency that I've been seeing Ectocharge, currently I have Boo at a 4, just because it like auto haunts you. Obviously, y'all all talked about that, but it also like, because as soon as you get 18 cards in your discard pile, Ectocharge is the same value as Keycharge. Like, Boo plus Ectocharge is real good. Like, it's very, very, very good. But I have it at 4 because
4.
of just things it does.
Fair enough. Call of Need. Pip of Ember every time you play it. Play. Search your deck for a card and discard it.
Yeah. When I first read this card, I was like, what? Why would you ever want to do that? And
Nepenthe Seed.
Well,
Yeah.
recursion. There's recursion
yeah,
in here
there's
somewhere.
so much.
There's a lot of
And, like-
recursion from the discard pile.
This combo's so much, right? Go through your deck, find the card you want, put it in your discard pile to then, you have to with other stuff to put it wherever you want, kind of like put it in your
Probably-
archive, put it in your
probably-
hand, play it. Like
Probably play it,
There's-
yeah.
yeah, there's so many different options for those cards in your discard. And yes, it needs the combo, but I was telling you guys, like, my slow walk slow deck makes me play slow because there's so many decisions in it. This is one of them. It's like, wait, which of these other good cards am I going to go put in my discard? And then I'm going to archive it, or am I going to play it, or am I going to put it in my hand? Like all that. So slow walk slow makes me play slow.
It also
I give
gives
this a
you the
4.
opportunity to thin your deck.
See,
Take
see
out
Traz,
Archon.
you're playing slow here. I got the
Yeah.
original slow walk, and man,
Mhm.
that deck sings. It flies. So I love it. No, I enjoy the searching your deck for a card, being able to pull out any card. That is huge. It really is. It's a little bit of a bummer that you got to go ahead and combo it in order to be able to pull it back. But
Well,
there's
but
a lot.
That's
that
saying
can
you
be
want to
done.
play
There's a
that
lot.
card. There are also cards you just never want to see in certain matchups, so maybe you get rid of it.
Yeah.
Thin
I mean,
your
it's at
deck
a
to make
rare
sure
slot,
you're not
so you
pulling a
got the
dead
amber.
card. I don't know. Like, it's for me, it's a 3. Everybody else? Nobody else? Just
Yeah,
me?
the 4. I'm 4.
4?
Yeah.
Ewok?
I'm gonna put it at a 3.
3?
I think the amber's good. I think the rare slot and the need for something else. I think Boo at a 4 has more flexibility. I think Call of needs a 3.
And Sheep's whatever. So, Z, what do we got?
I got 3 right in
3?
the middle, kind of like it.
Yeah.
Everything else said it's a 3.
Seems fair. All right, let's go into Chronometer. 4 power,
Yes.
2 Ember,
Yes.
or 4
No,
hour.
either.
4 power.
Another clock.
Yeah, 4 power, 2 armor. Clock. At the end of your turn, put a time counter on each friendly clock creature. If there are 6 or more time counters on Chronometer, destroy Chronometer. If you do, purge a card from a discard pile.
Yeah, it's a
don't think
lot of
I've
work. It's a
triggered him yet either.
lot of work for simply purging a card from a discard pile. I'm pretty sure Infernus does more than that for a lot less. Like,
And it's a
on
body
play.
that reaps, that most likely sticks there because you don't want them to ever get it back, ever. So the longer it's in the discard, sometimes the better, depending on whether they have exhumes or not, or any, dis recursion. Is this a 0, Z?
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
I mean, it's a 4/2, right?
It's a 4/2. It should.
It's a
stay.
vanilla 4/2. A 4/2 creature with nothing else on it would still be a 1.
All right, fine. Curse of Forgetfulness. It's an artifact, another one of the curses. It has treachery, so it enters under your opponent's control. At the end of your turn, purge the top card in your discard pile.
Thoughts on this? At a rare slot.
I forget.
I dig the curses.
You forget. Nice, Draz.
I dig them. There are
I do
obviously
too.
some that are better than others. Boy, I never want to play this against you because I feel like your timing and sequencing would get even crazier.
This card was real good when I played it. It just
harumphed
does
me.
does a lot of disruption, causes haunting to be much harder to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely very good against other Grim Reminders decks. There's the potential through some craftiness of play against some older style decks, it could cause them to speed up if they're a shuffling deck, because every turn they have some amount of ability to purge a card, which is a little bit like what's the big disc guy? Greater Oxtet. It's a little bit like Greater Oxtet, where every turn you get to some extent, you have a choice of what you're thinning. Sometimes you're going to have to get rid of a good card, but often you can finagle things to have a less desirable card. And out of set, I don't know if this is as great of a card to play against a high F deck. In set is pretty damn solid.
Yeah, it does seem kind of matchup dependent. I agree.
Still don't know if you ever don't play it, though.
I think you always play this card.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd have to. That'd be a big brain play to see, oh yeah, my opponent's gonna be able to take better advantage of this.
I don't know if I'd want to play it against Nova.
Well,
and again, it's consistently. It's every turn. I mean, that's a lot to be able to go ahead and manage. And there's just some things you can't control.
Those Greater Oxtet if you land.
I know, but I'm saying I think overall it's going to go ahead, and certain players you're going to have a 60-40 advantage for that player, but I think that's at best. I really think that most of the time this is going to play out well.
It's at least a 3. I don't know. Do you go 4 on this or 3?
I think it's just a 3. Maybe it's
I got
a 5.
4.
Z?
I literally only think this is playable against other Grim Reminders decks. I have this at a 2. Like, y'all, like Dan started to hint on this, but like imagine any set outside of Grim Reminders. If you could choose a card to purge from your deck at the end of every turn. Right? Like, if you're a Coda deck, pretty much any competitive Coda deck, you can make it so you're ending the game with all of your, 4 routine jobs. Like, that's what's left. Like, that kind of thing.
Just to be able to
or you've already played all your shadows for steel, so now you just purge them out and
because Dan referenced you can only really do this as a high efficiency decks, but you could basically not play that creature that doesn't really do anything, and that's your discard at the end of your turn.
Get rid of bad pennies.
You draw up, you purge that creature out, you cycle your deck. If by second cycle you're down 3 creatures. By third cycle, if it's a high efficiency deck, you're down 6 creatures. There's a lot of decks that are still in the meta. If somebody played this and I'm playing Pink Jacket, thank you.
I think I do better with fraud with this.
Yeah, this improves fraud. This improves a lot of high efficiency decks that are not Grim Reminders by a lot. So, do people still play them? Maybe. I think this is just one of those cards that's going to get played way more often than it should. Like Forum of Giants.
You'd be right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Forum of Giants is junk, though.
So is this.
All right.
We're going into more artifacts. Curse Tomb, Pip of Ember every time you play it. Each creature with no Ember on it gains destroyed. Purge this creature. If there are no creatures in play, purge Curse Tomb.
Has enhancements,
Well,
double
yeah, the
capture,
enhancements.
discard.
And an Amber Pip.
Yep. This is another card I've played, and because I've been playing sealed games, and we often play them blind for the silly fun.
Yay!
Like you just play this card, and then I regret my decision.
It seems super dependent on what your deck's doing.
And also on
And-
what your opponent's deck is doing.
Yeah. Because I guess back
think
to
with-
what we were saying last time, maybe you want to purge your creatures, right? Like your opponent might want to purge their creatures, right? So
Mhm.
Well, again, it depends. Like, again, on a Coda deck, I don't need any of my critters.
Yeah, please purge them.
Please
Like-
purge them so I can play more of my actions that say steal. You know?
And
I
in this
hear that, but
set-
if you're also facing MM or Worlds Collide, you're going to go ahead and throw out your Infernus and it's purged. I think Geistoid as a whole will have a lot of capture.
See, I think the
So
problem is that I think MM is going to have enough capture pips in it somewhere along the way.
I can't disagree with that, but I'm saying like it's an interesting proposition to be able to think about with offset, how this is going to interact with it. Remember, Geistoid, overall, our ideal Geistoid is going to have quite a bit of capture.
You know what set isn't hurt by this? AOA.
DT.
DT. Well,
Purge them
DT
all.
I was saying, I don't have a deck to play. Does that mean I win?
Mhm.
Geez.
Yes, if you can get rid of all 36 cards, you win.
You win the game, including
Done.
the tide.
I'm
Can I
telling you,
purge
done.
the tide.
Do it.
Is that possible?
You do get a Chivo.
All right. Let's. What do we got for
Like-
Cursed Tomb? 4?
because like this
Oh,
messes with
No,
your
no,
BR
no,
Geists.
I'm sorry,
like
I went the wrong way.
I actually do have it at 4 for reasons
Oh.
that weren't discussed. This card has
Well, it has the
has
pips.
3 enhancements.
Yeah, it has
that,
three
that
enhancements.
is a
It's
lot.
got an Amber Pip on itself, 2 capture pips, which you actually do need a lot of capture to have really good Geistoid, and a discard pip. And then the way I actually play the card in most games, which there's one more thing I want to talk about, but like most games that I play this, I play Winds of Death, clear the board, then I play Cursed Tomb, get the Amber, and let it purge itself. Because it purges
Mm.
itself.
Mm.
It gets itself out of your cycle. I think one game I actually played it as my first card in the game. It purged. The other thing is there are decks out there that have a lot of destroyed triggers on your that you face on your opponent. If you choose
Okay,
purge first, they won't get their other trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they have a bunch of dust dumps, you could play Cursed Tomb, Winds of Death, nothing triggers. Make them purge first.
Mm.
So that's
Yeah.
the thing. So it has a
Yeah,
utility.
I have
just
a
purge
hard
itself
time
most
giving
of
it more than a 3. But
You know what I heard
yes.
right there? Everybody want to know
What?
what I heard? I just heard a Locarian combo.
No, I mean it's coming. It's
There's a
coming
lot
with the
of destroyed
enhancements.
effects out there, though.
Yeah. No. I mean, the whole
All of MM.
I play Winds
Like-
of Death. Then I play you also got to have Winds of Death. Remember?
Also common.
I'm
That's a
telling you, the
common.
Amber printed on it, the 2 capture and the discard makes it more valuable than just
Yeah.
a straight 3.
Yeah.
All right. Next card.
All right.
Dark Memento.
Dark Memento. I love this card, and I know it's not going to get anything. But at the start of your turn, if you are not haunted, discard cards from the top of your deck until you are haunted. Oh, you get a Pip of Ember every time you play it, by the way. Scrap. Discard the
Every
top.
time I play it, not just sometimes.
Every time you play it.
Every
Not just
time.
some- That would be
Yeah.
weird if there was phasing Ember. Oh, I shouldn't give anybody ideas. That'd be a terrible thing.
Only on odd numbered turns.
Right. Yeah. Only on odd numbered turns that end in
Just
Y.
a mouse.
Scrap. Discard the top card from a player's deck. If that player is not haunted, repeat this effect.
Didn't you say you're trademarking this, Wookie? That you're really tired of giving others information that they use?
Ugh.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be in I don't know, 2 sets from now. I like this card.
Yeah, it's auto haunt.
It is an auto haunt every time. No matter what I do, I am haunted. Period. End
Yeah,
of
it can't
story.
not be haunted.
Now but I also come to the fact that discard pips are a thing, and this set is not incredible. Some decks struggle to get there, but the decent decks don't seem to struggle to get haunted.
This is a card that like seems like it's fine as long as you're not combo focused and you're just generally a high value deck that has haunted effects. This card's great, right? Like it seems good to me until somebody comes and keeps infernusing you every turn.
Yeah. I mean, but that's, Infernus is just good against this set too, don't forget.
Yeah, and there is also like we just said we liked Boo, right, which gets you to haunted, but there are scenarios under which you're like, wait, I'm not going to play Boo because my opponent has a Tanjumanji and is gonna increase my key costs if I get haunted.
I mean, you play this card and you will never forge a key again against Dark Heart.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So you've listed literally Tanjumanji and Dark Heart, the two cards that will have a negative impact on it. Way to go, guys.
Well, but otherwise it might not be good.
Otherwise, it's auto Boo.
Furnace.
Yeah, we said Boo was good.
Yeah,
so
in this set, we are trying to get haunted most of the time. This is really, really good. You have Haunted House and other things that have huge benefit for being able to be haunted. I think that there's a lot more positive for being haunted.
So here's
I think it's a 4. I still keep it 4.
Here's your Lokarian combo. Is Dark Memento.
Okay.
Followed by Animating Forcing It. And then you're also playing on Tamed, so you have Dark Heart, and then you have that card that you have to have Equidon. The card that is after you forge a key, give them the most powerful creature, and some way you give them your Dark Memento, and you have Dark Heart of the Forest. Somehow you're going to give them that.
Thanks for wasting my night there, Sheep. Thanks. Thanks. I'm going to call it out. Thank you.
So if you have any of these combos, please let me know, because I would love the game that never ends. What's Dark Memento, Etsy? Where do you got it?
Oh, I have it at a 3.
3.
It's a little bit delayed as far as the Boo effect if you just wanted to fire from hand. The Scrap can do the Boo effect, but that is not an Amber. So
no.
I have it like 1 lower than Boo.
That seems fair.
It's real close though.
Yeah. It is slightly less than Boo. I agree.
All right, next card, Dark Lamp. Here's a 4-power Spectre robot. Each friendly creature with Ember on it gains elusive. Play, capture one.
So this is better, once again, in this house. No, it's not in this house, but in the set, here's just a better version of an MM card.
So the MM card was what? 3 power and like
Zarek. Yep.
Yeah.
Each power with
He had 3 enhanced capture though.
Right.
And this has play capture.
They're very similar.
I guess 3 enhanced capture.
They're basically equal.
But he was a mutant in a mutant set. That was another thing.
Yeah. So and this is a Spectre in a Spectre house. So like robot.
It's pretty good. Like this card's pretty good. It's that middle line 3/4 area.
Yeah, 3.
He does stuff.
Yeah.
You're capturing lots of Amber. Having your guys have elusive is pretty good until they then get to fight forever with their stupid brick nasties. Because everything's elusive.
Why is Fight Forever not a card name? Never mind.
Fight to the end?
Well, no. It's got to be Fight Forever. We're all well, we're not all, but a lot of us in the community are wrestling nerds. We've all been to a match where they're chanting Fight Forever. That's neither here nor there. Back on task, Dark Lamp, go.
Fight to the End should have been named Fight Forever.
There you go.
And Fight to the End should kill the creature because it fights until its end. But, you know, semantics.
Lost opportunities. That's all I'm saying. Missed opportunities. I like him.
Where's Dark Lamp?
4. I'm putting him at his power. 4.
He's a
3.
I have him at a 3.
Okay. Fair enough. I dig him. Daimo. The Elder Gas. There's no just Daimo Elder Gas. 3 power, 2 armor, Spectre robot. Enhanced capture. Each friendly creature with Ember on it gains destroyed. If you are haunted, gain 1. For each Ember on this creature.
What's the Star Wars robot guy who steals all the lightsabers?
General Grievous.
General
That definitely
Grievous.
looks like him.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
With all
Kinda.
of the Swiss Army knife, yada yada.
So this is that, and then destroyed. If you're haunted, gain 1 for each amber on this creature. This card is a game winner.
Yeah.
Can be an absolutely
Can be.
goofy game winner.
In the right deck, yes.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this with the guy that captures all their amber if you're haunted, and then you something
Twali.
else, and boom, I get all your amber too, sort of.
We were playing sealed this weekend, and I definitely got BR Geisted by the guy who captured all the ember, and then Daimo ended up getting played in Winds of Death, yada yada. Yeah, no, it was brutal.
Yeah.
Look at your opponent's deck list, everybody.
And 2 capture pips. Yum yum.
So, yeah. I want to say like 4 or 5, maybe. I want to say 6, but I know it's not, so I'm gonna go with 5.
I guess the only downside of this is if you're playing against like a TMTP or IG deck.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to set up where they can make you have 10 billion amber.
Well, I mean, at that point, then you don't, right? I mean, you're in control. You're in control of this. Well, you can still play them, but just you're not gonna go for high ember, push.
No, they destroy your board, therefore pushing your amber total real high.
Oh, see, I'm thinking more of this guy. I'm gonna maybe Winds of Death it. I'm gonna somehow kill him on play. I'm gonna play him and then somehow kill him in that turn to make sure I'm in control of when I'm gaining that ember. All right,
that's what you're going to do if you have it. I'm talking about how your opponent can abuse this card, which is where its score goes down.
Yep. So now I'm back down to a 4.
I don't think that. I think it's still pretty hot 5s.
I guess multiples of this works, right? Doubles up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you can trigger multiple destroyed effects.
Pretty good.
All right, back up to a 5.
I'll go 5. I just think I don't have anything with this yet that's amazing, but
kind of like this in thoughts of multiples of them, but smaller amber capture. So like I have a couple of guys with 1 amber on them, so when they die, I gain 2 when you get 1 back. That's probably overall more effective than the giant swing because you can't do that and be behind on key.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm back up to a 5 at the current time. I've had a lot of hills and valleys with this card, so let's just find out.
I've got him at a 5, but he scales. So like, if the second Daimo in your deck would be a 6, and the third Daimo in your deck would be an 8.
Oh wow,
an 8. The scale only goes to 6. You broke the scale.
No, like exactly
that. I'm just giving you.
You're getting bonuses for having synergies that we don't really account for. We just don't call them synergies.
We call them bonuses. That way we can tax you more heavily on them later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Echo Fly.
2 power, 1 armor, Spectre robot action. Return an action card from your discard pile to your hand. Scrap, archive the topmost action card from your discard pile.
Does this get scrapped more than played?
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
I don't think this gets played.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you can immediately put an amber on it and then ready it with that other card. Sure. And then 2 of these, some way to capture.
Is there not a way?
2 of these, and that card that lets you ready things and you have amber on them, that's some kind of rule of 6 junk.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a strong feeling with a capture pip, this will rule of 6.
Okay, that would be a way to do it.
And capture 6 amber.
I still think scrap, archive the top.
It would destroy 6 amber. So,
question. Oh no! So does a scrap trigger before I discard this card?
It's after
he is
the card
in the
discard pile.
Which is why
that's why it's an action card.
And also actually says topmost.
Oh, topmost action.
Because you have to go digging.
Right.
Because they could have had this like archive the top action card, but that doesn't actually ever exist because this guy will always be the top card.
Right. I still like the ability of recursion.
I don't like the yellow eyes on the guy.
But he's an echo fly.
No, not the fly. The dude in the lower
the
left.
dude?
Or
Yeah,
the chick.
I don't know
or
what...
whatever.
I don't know what it is. Like, what part of lore is that person in...
I'm going to go with a shadow elf. Because why not? I just don't like the eyes.
Does it have ears? I don't know.
That was kind of like a shadow elf, yeah.
Back to focus. I like the ability so much.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a great way to archive your ecto charge for the right time, right?
Yeah.
Or have your Winds of Death back. Or any good card, and this house has lots of them.
Yeah.
So this has got to be a 5-6 area, because this is just silly.
5? I don't know if I can give it a 6.
I don't think it's 6.
4. 5?
All right.
4?
Give us a number.
4.
4.
4.
4 it is. Fantastic. All right. The card we've all been waiting for, Ecto Charge. Action card, Pip of Ember every time you play it. Forge a key at plus 20 Ember current cost. Reduced by 1 Ember for each card in your discard pile. If you do, purge Ecto Charge.
Can I say this card at common? You ruined my night Tuesday.
So here's the Ecto Charge story from Tuesday, and I'm probably going to post the video. So I got
video.
Yeah, no,
we
I recorded
video
it from this
Tuesday.
weekend. So I got into a situation, right, where I'm like, I think I can win the game. So Ecto Charge is in my discard pile, but I have, what is it, Invigorating Showers? And I have a Junk Restoration in my hand. And just with the number of cards, what I'm going to draw, because I actually don't want to flip my deck at this point, with what's still left in my discard pile, plus the Junk Restoration, there's 2 Junk Restorations in the deck. The chances of me draw, because I'm going to go down to 2, so I'm going to draw 4. I think I'm down to either like 9.
It was 5.
Well, there
5
was
at the end. Yeah, there was more before then, but
right. But
Okay,
like,
get to the moral.
So in my deck, there's maybe 9 cards, right? So with 2 Junk Restorations, I should easily be able to find the Ecto Charge and win the game. This is for 3rd key. So what card did you play that made me discard the bottom card of my deck?
I don't know. I had a card that allowed the discard. It was amazing because Ecto Charge went off. A lot of shouts and joy. We got everyone's attention from those Magic players. And then...
So then he makes me
night.
discard the bottom card of my deck, which it happens to be Ecto Charge. But I totally forgot, and I thought at that point I had lost the game until I remembered a card that I played earlier in the game called Well of Memory, which allows me to purge any number of cards from my hand to go get a card from my discard pile, which happened to be Ecto Charge. So Junk Restoration. I don't need any of them. Go get my Ecto Charge for 3rd key.
There is some recursion in Geistoids that is super ridiculous.
Yep.
Anyways, Ecto Charge is clearly a high thing. I have actually found though that it is definitely not 100%. You just get a key.
No.
It comes up early and you don't have a way to deal with it. Like it's just in the average deck, it's still a good card for sure. But it's not like this like, oh, they have an Ecto Charge, so we're only playing till 2 keys. It doesn't really work that way.
I mean, it's close.
In good decks.
So what you're saying is it's a 6.
Yes.
Yeah, you're saying it's only a 6.
Only
it's
a
not
6.
like
infinity.
I did hear something in your rambling, Sheep. Sheep, you should be holding this card.
You can't hold this card when you draw in the first 5 or 6 cards.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
All right. You can continue to do that. That's fine.
You cannot do that in sealed decks that don't win the game, probably anyways.
It's
Ecto
still
Charge is
It's a third of your win condition.
yes. It's a third of your turns.
So the real question comes: what else is in your deck for you to be able to recur cards? And what does your opponent have that can go ahead and purge your discarded cards?
You go ahead and hold Ecto Charge and Sealed and see if it.
I think that most of the time it's going to have to be a play for the Amber or your discard. Like, I just think that you're playing it for the Amber and you're not gaining anything else off of it.
Depends.
But-
Do I have them in that?
I think you'll need to do some like math on that.
No.
Get back to me.
No,
okay.
I don't think that going ahead and holding it is going to go ahead and play out.
Playing
Like, you're
one
hurting
less
yourself.
card
Good.
every turn means it's significantly longer until you get chained, and can let alone get to the point where Ecto Charge is going to forge.
Okay. All right.
So what you're saying is it's a 6.
Yes,
It's
I have this
definitely
at a 6.
very
Yeah, we have it at a
This
6.
is the best key cheat in the game. It definitely puts cheat in the word cheat.
Yeah.
Played correctly, you're playing to 2 keys, and they are not. Most of the time.
Isn't
Well,
that
everyone
what
I see
most of our
has
good?
Ecto Charge.
Isn't that what most of our good key cheats are doing? Is you play to 2 keys? See, like,
Well, most
No,
of
you don't even need the Ember.
most key cheats in this game, you still have to use 6 Amber to forge with.
This makes it free. You know what the best kind of keys are in Keyforge? Free keys.
Because like I said it earlier too. Like once you hit 18 cards in your discard, it is already as good as key charge.
yes, in that manner.
And
Like
if you have a boo, you're more than halfway there.
yes, well, Boo's
Oh,
11. Yeah,
For
Right.
certain, and most in any good deck that's going to have it, it's probably a key. I guess I haven't opened any good decks. Maybe that's my problem.
That is a problem. Trust me. I did not like this set until the past 2 weeks where I opened something playable.
Yep.
Like,
All right, carrying on. Let's go look at more good cards.
Empathic Malice. I like the card name. Action card. Enhance. Capture. Play a friendly creature captures 3. If you are haunted, put Empathic Malice on the bottom of your deck.
Okay, this may not be that great card we were referring to. It still
No.
has 2 capture pips, though.
Does still have 2
Mm.
capture pips. Therefore, it's
But-
what, 3?
But,
maybe
oh no,
4?
this one's an action, so it's play capture 3. If you're haunted, you put it back at the bottom, which means
You'll see
you're
it
slightly
towards the end of the
slower.
game.
yeah, it comes back around. I don't know. I haven't played with this card to know if that's real meaningful. It's a rare. There is some world where, like, if you have a good Geistoid board, you could just play this card as your last card, goes to the bottom draw, and stay haunted forever and always be capturing 3.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
it
Yeah.
is.
It's a thing. This is a card. I think Andy there over
It's a
there
3.
in chat's right. It's a 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Maybe it's a-
I've got it at a 3.
Most confusing card I've come into in a while. Energy Vampirism. Pip of Ember. Every time you play it, play a creature captures 1 from its own side. For each Ember on that creature, deal 1 damage to a creature.
I don't know why this is confusing.
Well, because we still have not resolved whether I can split that damage up or I have to
Yeah,
deal it all
it's
to
for
one.
each amber on that creature, do a damage to a creature. So each amber, you look at it, and then you do a damage to a
Stack of
creature.
coins. Yep.
Okay.
This is a splitter.
Mhm.
Because I have asked you that question twice now, and I've gotten 2 different answers from you.
Now I am focused and listening.
Oh, so
So you're
before
getting the correct
debatable. That's
answer.
debatable.
so before it was just random ramblings. Now it's I'm
Yeah,
focused.
because
and
I was
listening.
playing a game and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
The game
this has an amber pip, slow steals 1, and does damage. Like, all in all, this is a
Yes, please.
decent card, but it doesn't do a lot of anything. Now, if they have a capture creature that already has a bunch of amber on it, you put 1 more on it and get to do a bunch of damage, potentially even killing that creature and then getting all that amber. Like, I don't know. This card is a solid. It seems like it should be a 4 instead of a 3, but often it's just 2 amber, and 2 amber is only a 2 or a 3 in the Z score, right?
It's better than a standard 3. It's a 4.
Z?
Yeah, I have it at a 4. Mainly because you do have a lot of like this is potentially a lot of damage against some decks, especially in set, right? Like, oh, there goes your trawler and all of its neighbors.
I mean,
That
it
kind of
probably
thing.
kills an Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget about
Trolley.
Anthony. Trolley.
Who's
Yeah.
Anthony?
Anthony, the guy
Okay,
who
so it's a 4. It's good. It's uncommon. You might even get 2 of them in your deck. And now
Yep.
we're gonna go to the
future
card that
is past.
somehow Help from Future Self needs
Reverse
to be restricted,
What?
but not this card. In Alliance, they kept Time Traveler restricted because of Help from Future Self, which is half of this card.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
where we're going.
So swap
I-
each player's deck with their discard pile. Shuffle each player's deck. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a reverse time.
No, I mean it's yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah.
first time for both players without a pip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without the LA to do anything.
No amber pips.
Rare slot.
Yeah. I don't know. Situationally interesting. Like, this is one of those cards that this plus your Ecto Charge in hand on turn 1 is whoop, done.
Yeah.
So it's a 3?
2.
2?
I have it at a 2. If Ecto Charge didn't exist, it would just be a 1. But yeah, it's just 2.
Fair.
Thankfully, Ecto Charge is common, so it's a good chance when you have one, you have the other one.
Right.
Yeah. I've like
But
a lot of
then-
people have sent in Alpha Score decks, and I see this combo. Like it's
And
out
then-
there. You're gonna
But
be.
then there's also the math on the 2 cards being in your opening hand is not
It's not good.
spectacular.
But it's just the possibility existing is relevant competitively.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's good. There's
Yeah.
no question. But I think I'd rather have a higher value, a higher value card in my deck that doesn't just. I mean,
Most of the
I'm gonna
time,
get
I'd
the
rather
Ecto
just have
Charge
Boo.
at the end, anyways. For card 3, I'd rather have something that provides more value here and just Ecto Charge for key 3.
Like Boo is a 4 because it is just that much better than this most of the time.
Yeah.
I would take a Boo over this.
Mm-hmm.
Hallowed Eve Festival. Pip of Ember every time you play it. Action, discard the top 5 cards of your deck for each Geistoid card discarded. This way, a friendly creature captures one.
This is the most just mediocre. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine, but you're not super excited. But the fact that getting you haunted early with this card makes it a little better. Like, this just lives in the land of like, I'm not sad to have it. I'm not excited to have it.
I'm
a card there. Like, I've definitely recurred this card because it's the only amber control the deck has.
Yeah.
It combos a lot with you. If you have the right bots, it's good. But you do have to have the right bots.
Yeah, but this
If you
is
have Dymo,
only
it's
for
fantastic.
Yeah, but you have to have your other Geistoid cards in your deck or discard or whatever in your deck to be able to discard them to get that effect.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're always
It's
if you have
fine.
5 cards to discard, 1, 2, or 3 of them are most likely somewhere in that range. You're capturing one.
Yeah, like I said, this card is fine. Like there's of
3.
cards designed, like this is fine. But that's all I can say about it. It doesn't get you excited. It doesn't. It's just fine.
Very average.
3 average. Perfect. Harvest Skimmer, 5 power Spectre Robot. After Reap, discard the top card of your deck. If it's a creature, gain 1.
Meh. This is whatever a 5-power generic creature is.
Sometimes
3.
gain 2, but often 1. So I think a 2.
3. Possibility of sometimes 2. Most of the time, just the 1 gets you haunted faster. 3.
2. It is a big body at 5. 2.
5 is the
It
new 3.
It looks like a Tangela
Tenga.
Pokemon. Has all the tentacles.
Tentacruel.
There you go. Thank you.
Meh.
I have it at a 3. I could see it 2, but I do currently have it at a 3.
Out of the commons for Geistoid, this is the card I don't want to see.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the card you don't want to see?
This is the weakest common. That's just
Is
a
it?
statement on how good the commons are.
Yeah, no, the commons are
house.
very good, but this one is not my favorite.
I have to look. Is it the weakest common? It could
I
very
still
well could
actually
be.
kind of like it.
Well,
Well, I mean, like half of your deck is creatures, mathematically. So like 50% of the time it reads for 2, and it helps haunted. It's a 3 for me.
All
Well,
right.
the next one is not the weakest common.
Nope. I
No,
love this
it's
card.
not.
Haunted House artifact. At the start of your turn, if you are not haunted, discard the top card of your deck. Omni, if you are haunted, gain an ember.
This
Nice.
card comes in multiples.
And
Nice.
it is a better mecha buoy that you are in control of.
And it haunts you.
Yep.
And
Do I
I
dare?
like the artwork for not caring about artwork.
Yep.
Haunted houses are cool.
That
we-
looks like it could be a.
Do we dare go with the 6?
Yeah.
I think I
don't
do.
think it's a
That,
6. No.
Oh,
this is a 5, 6, 7.
yeah, I think this is a 6. I think this is a 6, 7, 8. Or it might even be one of
maxes
those like
that
6,
too.
8, 10s.
You can only get 2.
You can only
Is it
it is
two?
limited to 2.
Yeah, it's like Binding Iron.
Oh, okay. Either way, I'm giving it a 6 because I mean this card's just dumb.
Yeah, I am with
in the good
Andy,
way.
and that this card gets stolen a lot because there's a lot of artifact stealing in this.
Oh,
in
the
this set, and
spontaneous
this-
awakening.
Well, that's one of them, but there are others, and this is definitely a prime target for yoinking. Yes, I'll have that.
I do have it at a 6, and it scales up to a +1
If you have dose.
if you have the second one. I did have 2 in my deck on Sunday. One of the games I did play both of them on my first turn, and the game was over very fast.
Yeah, I found that if you get these out quickly, it's the fact that you get haunted so quick, so you're already
Yeah.
getting all the benefits so quickly, and then every turn after you're haunted, just gaining 2 a turn.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
All right.
it's
Well,
good.
you know what? These cards have not been good, so let's look at something good.
All
And
right.
that card was only a 6, so maybe we should look at another
Only a 6.
5 or 6.
In here somewhere, Pip of Ember every time you play it. If you are haunted, archive 2 cards from your discard pile. Otherwise, discard the top 5 cards of your deck.
Like the only
Wow.
one of the few actually good cards in DT was that Logos card that let you just
Forgive
archive
or
and
forget.
and you had to pick 2 different kinds of cards,
Types, 2 different types, and no pip.
and that card was good. This card
Yes.
is better.
Yeah.
Yes. By a lot.
5, 5,
6.
5.
6.
Like, you just want all
Like,
these.
just take your best cards in your deck that you just flipped off the top and put them in your archive for the time you need them. Like,
I do have it
Very
at a 5. I do understand the vote for a 6, but I have had so much fun playing this card. I love the fact that you could I'm gonna gain an Amber, and then hey, I'm gonna archive Ecto Charge and Winds of Change. You show them the combo.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put those over here for later. Pass turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
Oh, good.
Yeah, super strong.
Infiltrator. 4 power. Spectre robot. Skirmish. Treachery. Versatile. At the end of your turn, destroy Infiltrator's neighbor.
Neighbors.
Neighbors, sorry. I feel like I've seen this card before, and this is a better version of it.
Yep, this is
The
just a much
Scully
better
Caper?
version. Much better version of Scully Caper.
I don't know if I agree.
Like, Scully's a little smaller,
He's a
but he also
2-power.
skirmish, he also treachers, he also versatiles, and he also destroys a neighbor.
So you can't kill him.
Is the 4-power enough difference?
We do a lot of, like, we talked about that a long time ago in mini casts, how there's a huge difference between 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and especially from 3 to 4. A 4-power versatile skirmisher on the other side of the battle line, like,
He does reap a lot.
like that's, I mean, yeah, he's either reap or killing something that probably matters to you every single turn.
But he is keeping their board pretty
Clear.
beat down. Like, I've not felt too bad about playing this card. I also don't care for this card that much either. Like, this is like the classic 2. Like, it could be worse, but I don't really want it.
Currently have it at a 2 because I just copied Scally Caper because that's weirdly how I valued him. But I saw this in play on Sunday. And when it started killing like stuff I cared a lot more about, I felt a little bit bad about playing it. More so than I would have if it was just the Caper. So right now it's still a 2. This could go down.
I feel like we're gonna go through this line and call it a day. This is the biggest house that we've had thus far because it is all new cards. So I feel like let's get through this line of cards.
We're not halfway through the alphabet yet,
right? And we'll come back to Geistoid because I mean, number 1, it's just really good.
You know what? But let's finish on what is probably another 6.
Well, we're going to go all the way to the end of this line. So we're going to go to Island of Misfit Toys, Artifact, Action, return each Geistoid card from your discard pile to your hand. Oh. I wish it wasn't rare, though, but it is. Purge Island of Misfit Toys.
This was in Lokacar sealed deck.
Yeah.
And this was just some bullshit.
It sure was.
Playing the game. Then he's like, you know what? I just get to play all 12 cards of this house this turn. How you feel about that? 11 cards. And I was like, well, one of them's the Ecto Charge, so not very good. GG, buddy.
You just start cleaning up your stuff after you play.
If you can't, this is another card where it's like, if you can't answer it just towards the end of their deck, they're just like, and I play all of that house. And you're just like,
pass turn.
How about that? Like, I almost wonder if this damn thing, this would probably still be a ridiculously good card if it said return each card and then something about after you play a card, purge it. And this would still be a crazy good card.
Gain 12 chains. It doesn't matter.
Your opponent draws 10 cards because you just won the game when you use this anyways.
Yep. This should be one of those your opponent draws 10 cards.
No. I don't know. I don't know if this is it was definitely broken and did just absolutely destroying things against me. This is a card that I had not seen. I had not seen this deck, this card from the stuff at KFC because I didn't pay that much attention to what people are having. But man, seeing it played, this thing is bogus.
I would like one of these cards, please.
So is it a 5 or is it a 6? I guess is the question. Is it just straight a 6?
Asking the question. Like
because you gotta make good radio somewhere.
They hit all the highlights of why it's a 6, except for one. Like the most obvious combo there is Ecto Charge, but like you can't forget that Key Abduction is in set printed at uncommon. Like late game, this also auto fires Key Abduction, guys. Like
pretty good.
At least that's 2 stinking turns.
Okay, yeah, this turn you do it. You fire.
I'm just saying, at least that's 2 stinking turns. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous, right? Like this card is. This is another card where it's like, Arise was considered good. Grim Reminders was considered good. let's just take all that shit and make it look like a misfit toy.
This card is broken. It's broken for 2 different key cheats that you're gonna see a lot of. It's real good.
That is not a Lokarian combo local card.
No,
This is just crazy. Like on a early turn with Futures Past, you play this, and you play your Futures Past, and then you play your Acto Charge, and then you just come back and play the other, the 9 cards that are left, and just go bah ha ha. Or you have the Key Abduction, and it's just you're winning on turn 3.
Yep.
Very, very good. At least it is hot draw. Like it's a lot of the good cards. Yeah. This is
good.
This is
real good.
This is a 6, yes.
Yes, we've already went past that. Junk Restoration, Pip of Ember every time.
Wasn't that the end of the line?
Nope, that's not the end of the line. That's the start of the line.
Is your screen? Oh,
Junk Restoration. Pip of Ember every time you play it, enhanced with 2 tight pips.
What?
Tight pips. That's what Sheep's calling them. Tight pips.
Discard pips make your deck play tight. You get rid of all the trash and you play a tight game.
2 tight pips.
Yeah. Tight pips.
It's great, Z. Come on, roll with it.
Nice and tight.
Come on, just go along with it. What are you doing? Play discard.
I'm going along with it.
Discard the top 3 cards.
Tighten things up.
Tight pips. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put a card discarded this way into your hand.
So fairly Igor-ish, but it is a May. It is a May effect.
Yep.
It is in order, and I already see people not doing that because you discard cards one at a time here, right? Like at least I think that's how it's supposed to work. Like you would discard cards one at a time until they're 3, and you'd pick from the top 3. I see people, they put them off to the side, they pick one, and then they kind of put them back in whatever order they want.
Yes.
Which is probably not correct.
That's right.
No, it's 100% not correct.
Yeah, you should definitely be discarding all 3 to your discard pile and then picking one of them and returning that one to your hand. That is the order of this card.
So, people are playing this, play it clean, right? Those cards go in the way they flip from the deck. So just try to play clean. But this card is crazy. I do feel like they just failed a bit on both either the flavor text or the name that has nothing about dumpster diving here. But I also like to restore some junk because this card is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just better than Igor, right? I mean, Igor was already really good.
And 2 tight pips.
Is the art a callback to the helper bot? Are they like fixing a miniature helper bot there? Like
no, that's got like a skull face on it. I think
that's
like a little voodoo doll.
It could be a helper
it's
bot.
Cool art. Yeah.
I like it. I think it's a 5.
I think it's a 5.
Is it only a 5?
Is it a 6? I don't think it's quite as good as.
It's a 5. It's a 5. It's like right in there within here somewhere.
Yeah, it's
mainly
right
because of the 2 tight pips.
Just tight pips. Tight.
Yeah, I have in there somewhere a little above this, but this is still very good.
Those tight pips make decks. Like there were some super tight decks out there.
Mm-hmm.
I am when I'm opening a new Grim Reminders deck. That is actually the first thing I'm really looking at is how many discard pips. And when there's like 1 or 2, I am already just disappointed in the deck.
Yep.
I'm just like,
especially
this
if
is
they can
not going to be
in this house.
This is not going to be fun.
I didn't start looking for them until that deck I pulled a few weeks, was it either a week or 2 ago, where I had enough tight pips to just be like, yeah, I play 2 houses.
Yeah,
I don't have
tight. It's
it really
crazy.
doesn't matter what my 3rd house is. These are the 2 that I want to play.
Especially like if all of the discard pips are on like Geistoid and Mars has that other like common that lets you discard a non-Mars card. Like those decks play so fast. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. And there's some of them that have discard pips on them too. Isn't that great?
Yeah, we haven't got there, but I really like Terrible Teammates.
Terrible Teammates.
Yeah, that's it.
Good.
Terrible Teammates. Love that card. It's very fun.
All right, Junkyard Cemetery. While there is a or it's an artifact, sorry. While there is a combined total of 10 or more cards between your purged cards and discard pile, you are haunted. Action, purge a card in your discard pile.
So I think this is a deck type card. If you like, this can make haunted house decks, not haunted house, cursed house, curse tomb.
Relic.
There's Tomb.
Cursed
Cursed
tomb.
Tomb.
We'll get to the words. Cursed tomb, far more playable, because one of the things that I found with a cursed tomb was that it made it hard to stay haunted, or hard to get haunted, or hard to make that big discard, which then made the then makes your ecto charge harder to pull off. And you may still need to play Cursed Tomb because it's the only way you can permanently control the other player's board. Like, there are reasons. This can play into that. On average, this card is probably not very good, but I think it may be meaningful in a few decks. Like, there will be a few decks where this is
On
the
occasion.
card that makes it really sing a little better.
I think it's going to be few and far between, though. I wouldn't boost the score much on this. I give it a 1.
I wonder with this card, though, and a little bit of other purging, if you could find a deck that will play Geistoids as the only house, and you just get rid of everything else.
You just play 10 cards or 11 cards?
Yeah. When you try to figure out how to play your Curse of Disappearance on yourself.
Yeah.
Or Curse of Forgetfulness.
Forgetfulness, yeah.
So you can just discard pip, purge, discard pip, purge. And
I originally had this thing at a 1. I did see it do some interesting things, and Infernus does exist, which I expected Furnace to have a comeback. I moved it up to a 2 just because
A
it
comeback? Where'd it go?
Woe killed it.
Oh.
It all got moved to Alliance.
What's Alliance?
I don't know. Hopefully a Friday event.
Let's go to cast.
Maybe we'll find out in April, but maybe we won't.
But maybe you won't.
We'll find out the day of April.
Let's go to cast.
What do you guys want to play? Okay.
Yeah.
Sealed, please.
Let's go to Caspara. It is a Spectre robot. X is the combined total, so it has X for power. X is the combined total of Ember between each player's pools. Each friendly Geistoid creature gains play/destroyed. Each player gains an Ember.
It means this happens immediately.
Oh, I played that wrong.
So if you
friendly
have,
Geistoid creature. Wow, okay.
So if you have 0 Amber when you play this, he comes into play. Say both players have 0. It's the first card you play, right? He has 0 power, so he gets marked as destroyed and dies before his play effect goes off.
But the destroyed effect does happen,
and then you'll have 1 Amber. Okay. Yep. Okay.
So will they.
Just thinking about that is a thing. I'm sure that'll get played wrong, where people play this, give themselves an Amber, and keep them alive. But that's not how it would work. It's the first card played. I have seen this played against me, and once they're key ahead, because this set doesn't do amazing scaling Amber control often, once they're key ahead, they just push hard and go, whatever.
That seems fair.
I've seen that done with Caspara, and lost.
That seems fair.
So that happens.
If you're a little bit behind, you almost can't play it in set.
I don't like
it. Also true.
And it gets awkward if you're up against TMTPs and graphs and all that, right? So
I was almost about to say, are we sure this isn't the worst common? But this is rare, so
I mean, it's going to be
no.
It's very situational.
No. 1.
I think it's better than that. It's been played for wins more than once I've seen.
Really?
And it's been the card that causes the game to end and then win.
Well, I played it wrong, so I have to figure it. I have to figure out how to.
You're a dirty cheater.
Dirty cheater.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't like it, but
Yes, like Dexter is saying, it is like Diplomat, and Diplomat wins games sometimes too. And sometimes you can't replay it. It is a thing, right? Like it is you can't always play it, but it can cause runaway game state.
All the
And then
2.
let's just not think it. And then they all destroy, so you play all your Geistoids and you destroy all your Geistoids because you're key ahead, and then just say, you can't stop me because I have 22 Amber? Is this better in set than out of set because of scaling Amber?
Yeah, I think against scaling Amber, it's a problem. But there's so many key cheats in this set.
Like,
you
this
run
thing
into an
can
IG or
really
a TMTP, you're
blast.
done.
Sure. Then you don't play it. I mean, then he goes in the discard.
I don't know. What is easy?
He's 2-sided. I have him at a 1, and he always comes with these shitty other cards that we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, yeah.
He does? He has. Oh, he's.
Oh, wait.
It's. I think Dexter said it. It's the fragments.
Oh,
They come with.
I didn't know he
comes
was
with
like.
Precocious fragments.
Oh.
They are linked.
I did not know that.
And those aren't good cards. So,
no.
Yeah, okay. So this guy is
like if he didn't come with them, like I would have given him a 2. I moved him down to 1 because he comes with those, because he still does have some value, and even those have some value. So like I don't think I can go to a 0 here. And I think he can actually be linked to one of them. So unlike the clock shift where you get like half your pod, it can be 1 or 2 cards. If it was 3 of them all the time, it would definitely be a 0. But I need to go look at some more decks, but I'm pretty sure he can come with just 1 of the fragments.
The one I have has 2. But,
How many more cards? We got 1 more?
We have 3 more. We have Mamet.
3 more.
So another boss-ass common 1 power Spectre Fairy. Archive or play destroyed, archive the top card of your discard pile.
Play and destroyed. Man, this card.
So
this
good.
Card's super good.
Just a damn powerhouse.
Good. Common. Like
they do get to destroy it sometimes to make you have a messy archive, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
that's where those tight pips come
they
in.
also sometimes go, I can't destroy it because you'll archive a good card, so I have to leave it. And then you come back and reap with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or fight and archive some other good card. This thing.
Or
this good.
Or he gets a bomb-ass tight pip on him, and you're allowed to discard a card from your hand and then archive that card.
He also has a very excellent creepy flavor text.
You will make an excellent friend.
Duh.
But he's kind of looking at a dead body. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. He's a creeper.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's what Ewok said to all of us.
Yeah. Is Ewok back yet?
Nope. He's off making somebody an excellent friend.
Ooh.
I know he said he'd be back, and then I don't know whatever happened. I don't know. I really like Mamet. Like, really, really like Mamet.
Yeah, it's very good. Occasionally, like, you're playing, your junk restorations.
I have never had that. Yeah, I have never had.
That's actually great.
Yeah, he's fantastic with junk wreck.
Yeah. Or your boo, maybe. I don't know. Occasionally,
you just put your boo back. Like he's.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
good. A 5. This is a 5.
Yeah,
it's gotta be right.
I had it at a 4. Yeah, I moved up to a 5. There's no reason for it not.
I was gonna say it doesn't scale up as you get more of them, though, right?
No, it does not.
Goes to a 12. Goes to 11.
So, guys, we improved Geistoid's score today. Cool.
Nice.
This is the house I've passed so many times trying to lower it, which is probably why Mamet is at a 4. But I played with Mamet, not this last time I didn't have it, but I did the weekend before it, and it's just stupid good. It's just so dumb. I had 2 Mamets, and one of them had a discard pip. It was just bullshit.
Yeah, it is
even better.
It's so dumb. I'm gonna discard this. I mean, definitely, I'll
Archive
be
this
archiving this card.
Yep.
It doesn't
Yeah.
say that, but it might as well.
But it's just archive efficiency. Just
And then on the flip,
dumb.
on the flip side too, like it destroy too. Like it's so good.
All right, well, let's mend
Love
something.
him. Mender, 2 power, 2 armor, Spectre robot. Play / after reap. Purge a card from your discard pile. Fully heal and ward each robot creature.
From a discard pile.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it from A?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A discard pile,
Oh.
fully heal and ward each robot creature. Very one side. What does he link with?
So if you're gonna do all right, so he's not linked. So he shares a rarity slot with Soul Tinder.
What do you mean he shares a rarity slot?
So like a long time ago, we had Master of 1, Master of 2,
Yeah.
Master of 3.
Yeah.
They shared a rare. So like when you pulled like that rare slot with
You'd pull a
algorithm
master
said
and you'd
master,
get a version.
you would get one of the 3.
Oh.
This shares an Ender slot. If you pull that as your rare, you get one of the 2. So
Talking
he
about
is
Soul
actually
Tender?
more rare than any other rare in this set. So
What?
you will see half as many of them in decks
Interesting.
than any other rare.
So a lot of the power we've kind of been talking about within this house has been off they're destroyed or like they have amber and then they get something for having the amber on them. This in a way slows that gameplay down, but it also, if you just got a bunch of amber captured, because there are 2 creatures in this house that are not robots.
Yeah,
There
and it
is.
also
Ton
does.
of robots.
It is a 2-sided ward though. It'll ward theirs too.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
but
yeah.
outside of set, there are
Yeah.
not that many robots.
Mhm. My son pulled a deck with one of these, and I explained what I just explained to him.
There's
And
a
it was
few.
really cool because he had some robots in Star Alliance as well.
Yeah.
And he was just able to ward his whole board and then just go to time. And
And then,
hilarious enough, the Grim Reaper is a robot.
yeah, every time you reap, this is play end after reap.
Yeah, no, it's
You're
great.
like
Very good.
against offset, and you just keep getting to take away their best cards and keep your ridiculous board going. Like this is gonna.
And he
some
wards
shit.
himself.
He wards himself,
Yeah.
so you got to do 4 damage twice, or 4 damage on the
Damage
second
and then-
hit,
yeah.
or it's good.
I think this card seems like it should be really strong.
And it's 5.
Ironically, the other one's better.
Huh.
We'll have to scroll down because these are in a special slot. I have them at a 4. That was before I saw it played. I am moving it up to a 5 right now.
Until
is.
you play it
Go, Geistoids, go.
against somebody with Geistoids and be like, this card sucks. It's a 2.
Like all of your, well, there are more specters than robots actually, and the other one is Spectre.
Most of them are Spectre robots.
But there are some that are Spectre vehicle,
Yeah.
So you know what? Actually,
and then there are some that are just Spectre.
what makes this card, what could have made this card good, is if it would have awarded the clocks to make them actually stick around and do their things.
Oh my
Are the
god.
blocks
No.
But he
Spectres.
doesn't ward clocks, so clocks continue to stink and he continues to be good.
But the clocks are
That-
Spectres. The other one will ward them.
Oh, is the other one ward Spectres?
Yeah.
I actually
Okay.
have Mender in my clock deck, so there you go.
Well.
Yeah, that's the
Wah,
Not good.
wah. All right.
So this is a 4/4. Yeah.
4.
Okay, but maybe a
Yeah.
5.
Maybe a 5.
It's a-
Probably a 4.
Good card.
What'd you say, Wish?
It's a 5.
It's 5.
Yeah,
All right.
I like this card. If you have this and 4 other robots on board, like this is like board win.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's what Z was doing. He was just reaping out with the boards, rewarding everything, and using the Grim Reaper to purge, and then rewarding everything. Oh, this is really funny.
All right. Last card for the night, and we'll call it the Green Goblin. I mean, Mischievous. 3 power
Okay.
Spectre robot. Do you not see the Green Goblin in this?
A little bit. I see
With
it.
the little bombs.
Yeah, with the bombs. I got you.
3 power Spectre Robot. After a friendly Geistoid creature enters play, each player discards the top 2 cards of their deck. After Reap, play the topmost creature from your discard pile.
Wow, does this turn a lot of cards?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever get use out of the second ability.
I mean, if it reaps, it's good.
If it reaps, it's very good.
Power.
It also dies quickly.
But I don't know. This card. Well, yeah, but like, this is like Hunting Witch or whatever, right? Or I mean, like, Witch of
the Wild?
No. The witch that brings back a card. It's that kind of sort of good. Or there's the other 2 ones. There's the Inspector Lee guy from Starlight but he enters play ready sometime.
No, those are all way better than this one.
Yeah. But this is that quality of effect, but the other ones are a little easier to make it happen. The Dr. Zixelfrix too. But that actually, it's play it and ready it. And you get to choose any Mars creature. This is just topmost. But like this effect is like, you're going to be happy to do this Reap effect. But it is hard to do. The discarding after playing a Geistoid doesn't feel meaningful to me at this point. So this leaves it in the 2 range because it's just going to die all the time.
Yeah, I think
BR Geist, all the other cards that allow you to play.
But you're doing it to your opponent.
Okay,
so
I
they're
can
getting
BR
all
Geist.
that.
I can BR Geist my opponent too.
Okay. All right, sure. That is a potential place. I'm not saying it doesn't do anything. I'm just saying I don't feel like it's like super duper meaningful. And it's one of those things like you might not be able to play a Geistoid creature because it's going to knock you out of Haunted faster because this is every time.
It's important to focus. Like, she is also linked to protective playmates.
Okay.
You didn't know.
Protective playmates. They're taunty creatures. While you're haunted, they get +6 power.
And while you're not, it's elusive.
Yep.
Okay, so they're really big taunters, which makes her a little easier to do her thing. They thankfully don't say can't reap. I don't think
taunt
reduced her value.
Does taunt mean jack anymore?
When you got creatures like this,
they're not bad taunts. They are.
Well, I mean, but
defense.
splash attack is like real. Like that is a real thing that we have to face every single week. Like splash attack.
Inset, yeah.
Well, and whoa. So two extraordinarily popular sets.
I that still leaves her in the 2-3 range for me, based off of those. Like that it's fine, but I'm definitely not searching out to have her.
Well, she's rare too, so.
Okay. I mean, I search out Artanu decks.
That's because you're weird, not because you're.
Okay. Well, but this card is more like that kind of just like, it's not bad. Somebody might like it and it's fine. But I don't see this like being like, this is why I'm winning a tournament.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's winning anything. So
no.
I think you're right in the 2-3 range. I think it's a lot more versatile than you're giving it credit for, but or at least the main ability. I don't think you ever get the second ability to fire.
I will take a Caspera over her.
Yeah.
I don't want either one.
Okay.
So play a card to give everyone a number?
Yep.
At least you get an amber.
I guess.
I had 2 for this, I think.
I think 2 is proper.
I do have her at a 2, and then I have her buddies starting at a 3, but they start scaling down. You can just get 2 playmates, but there are decks that have 5 of them, so that sucks.
Taunt on taunt on taunt on taunt.
They're not even robots. So when you get your super rare mischievous mender deck, you can't even mend your playmates.
Soul Tender.
Yeah, you want Soul Tender instead.
Yeah, you basically always want Soul Tender, but if you get Mender, you should still be happy because it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. We're going to split these guys into two because it's getting late and there is still, I believe, 5 rows of cards to go through. So it is bedtime for Archon's Corner. Thank you guys all for listening to us again this week. Don't forget, go over to patreon.com. Throw us $1. Get some AC imports.
That was
What?
$10.
Well, I think $1 gets you some imports for Draw Better.
Yeah, $1 gets you like 30 imports and a Z score. $10 gets you like a ton of imports and several Z scores.
Yep.
And making Z do work is our favorite way to get paid.
I mean, they could just give us $10 because they like us.
They could, but that's not how any of this works.
They might give us money to stop talking, but it's not for liking us.
I mean, if you give us enough money, we will find a way.
Tell you what, we got the new $500 tier, which is we just skip an episode one week a month.
And in addition, there are still events on Sunday nights. And then local cars on Wednesday. Sunday, I've decided to say the heck with it, and we're playing Grim Reminders on the dev server because what other sets are there?
Oh, what was that? What was out?
What's that?
Okay,
that was still good.
Don't forget, go to a pre-release event.
Go to a store championship.
Store championships are coming up.
Maybe you can go to a vault tour.
Maybe
they are working hard. Hard at work.
I hope so.
40 hours a week.
And 40 hours a week, 20 of them are getting coffee.
Yeah, for sure.
And then what did you say? 20 of them are coffee, 10 of them are in the can.
Mm-hmm. That's 10 hours.
That's 30 hours right there. Like done.
And then there's working lunches.
Yeah, you gotta eat
at the bar.
Right. So hour of lunch, that's
Oh no, they're working lunches. They're 2 hours.
Oh. So that's what was that? 5? That's another 10 hours, and the day is over.
Yeah,
that's clearly drinking.
There's no more hours.
There's no time left.
No, there's no time left. Now we got to cut out a coffee time if we want to do anything else. And
they'd have to pay them overtime to get.
Yeah, we can't cut into coffee time. That's not allowed.
No.
I agree.
Coffee time is coffee time. So, but that's gonna do it for us this week. Did JR ever come back?
Yes.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, I've been talking. So.
Oh, have you?
Glad that I mean a lot to you, Wookie.
We've already started on the edit out feature.
Wookie paid for it this week.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm glad that apparently I'm the one edited out. Love you guys.
No, this will all be in there. But thank you guys all for listening. We appreciate you. We'll see y'all next week.
Happy forging, everyone.
May the forge be with you.
I'm tired.
I see that.
So well, my pregnancy, express